Hi everyone, thank you for joining me on today's video. I thought that this would be a continuation of my 10-step hair care routine. This one's delving a little bit deeper into the fino hair mask that I use and a first impression of the tsubaki hair mask. These are two of Asia's most coveted hair masks whenever you're on any type of Asian hair care forum. I feel like these two are the ones that are most referenced. I wanted to do a first impression of how my hair reacts to each one. I already know that the fino works pretty well for me. When I use it, my hair definitely feels more healthy. I haven't used a tsubaki one, but my sister does have a jar of it, so I'll be using hers. As a disclaimer, I just want to say that what works for me may not work for you. I feel like everyone is unique, and if something just doesn't work for you, you just have to go through trial and error. My hair tends to be more oily on my scalp, dry on my ends, and my hair is fine as well as dyed at the end. Your hair type is likely different than mine. This video is for entertainment purposes only, so just take everything with a grain of salt. But enough talking about me. We can get into a really easy hair porosity test that you can do yourself at home, as well as my first impressions of the tsubaki hair mask compared to the fino hair mask. Okay, I want to do a step-by-step hair porosity test just to see what kind of hair I do have. I have done this test before, but I forgot my results. So I'm gonna ask Google how to do it. You're going to want to start with clean, dry hair to make sure your hair is free from any product or oil buildup. My hair, I washed and had it dried last night, so I think this will be okay. I ran my fingers through my hair and I did find a strand. I'm gonna fill a jar with room temperature water, and then we'll be putting the strand in for 2 to 4 minutes. And we can go over the different porosity levels after I finish my test. It has been 3 minutes and I hope you can tell, but my hair is floating here at the bottom. Not all the way, but it is like slightly down there, which means I have high porosity. Also, I just want to add, this is only one way of doing a hair porosity test, and there are other ways that you can look up, but this was the easiest way that worked for me. This is the one that I'm familiar with. I just wanted to go over what the different hair porosity means. Since my hair has high porosity, we can go over that one first, and then we'll work our way down to low porosity. What high porosity means is that hair absorbs moisture really quickly, but at the same time it loses the moisture very quickly. Next, we have medium, which can also sometimes be referenced as normal hair porosity. Don't like using the word normal because I feel like everyone just has different types of hair, and I feel like it's more of a spectrum than it is anything else. For medium porosity hair, that means that hair tends to be more well balanced and easier to manage. I also have my dog joining me here. Hair porosity is lower. What that means is that the moisture has a harder time entering the hair shaft. So that's a brief overview on the different hair porosity types. I feel like I can make a whole other video on care tips as well as different signs to see what type of hair porosity you may have. I will stop boring you with the details of hair porosity and we can get into the fino and tsubaki hair mask. Hello friends! Today I thought I would do the testing of the actual masks. Today is also a hair washing day and I just came back from pickleball, so what better of a time to do it than now. The tsubaki and the fino. I know it looks sus. I swear it's a tsubaki. It's just that my little sister put it into this jar because it was like the pouch one, and then we put it in the jar because it would be easier. But I promise you, this is the tsubaki and this is the fino. I'm going to be rinsing my hair really quick, and then I will be applying both of the masks on. I finished rinsing my hair with just water. I actually don't shampoo it because I sometimes add some type of oil to my scalp, and it's just easier if I just do rinse, use the mask to deep condition, and then shampoo to wash off treatment oils that are in my hair. I got a comment on my last video saying that that wasn't the way to use it. Everyone's hair is different, and just do what works best for your hair. So I am detangling it, so starting at the bottom and then working my way up. Since your hair is wet, I don't want to pull it too much since it can have breakage. Just brush it out enough to where it's more manageable and that you can apply your products more easily. I think that's good. the fino on my right side and the tsubaki on my left. So the fino is the one that I usually use. I just refilled it the other day. It's just been my go-to hair mask, and I feel like the American ones didn't really work as well for me. So I wanted to try an Asian brand that might work well for my hair. I try not to go too high, like past the nape of my neck, because I don't want my hair to get too oily. The mask is very rich. Okay, so that's the fino. And this is the tsubaki. This one looks a little bit more yellow in color, and it feels softer. Both of them are on. I feel like I put the same amount in both. Today I'm also applying some rosemary mint oil for my scalp. I've been getting a lot of dandruff lately, and maybe it's because I haven't been using any scalp treatment as of late. I just take a couple drops and rub it on. And then I use my little silicone brush to make sure everything comes in. I'm gonna use a hair clip on both parts of my hair just to keep it up and out of my way. My hands are so slippery with the masks. Okay. You look like Chung-Li. I'm gonna set my alarm for 20 minutes and we'll be back soon. I finished towel drying my hair, and initial thoughts just from getting out of the shower, I feel that this tsubaki side, I can actually smell it a little bit more. The scent of the fino side is a little bit more faint than the tsubaki side. It smells really good to me, actually. I'm going to let my hair air dry for a little bit and then do a full blow dry before I go to bed, because I don't want to go to bed with wet hair. I think tomorrow will probably give more insight on how my hair is feeling. We'll check in with you tomorrow. This is my hair the morning after. I cannot see a difference right now, but this is the fino side and this is the tsubaki side. Both smell very fragrant.
This is the fino side. The unique ingredients in the fino mask is that it has royal jelly extract, which is rich in amino acids, and it strengthens and hydrates the hair. This is the tsubaki hair mask, and one of the unique ingredients in here is the Camellia japonica seed oil, which is also known as tsubaki seed oil. This helps to nourish and soften the hair without heaviness.
So my final thoughts, I feel like overall, I think both masks are really good choices. I think it honestly depends on what hair porosity you have. Whichever one you decide to try, or if you're deciding between two of these hair masks, I definitely recommend the fino one if your hair is on the drier side and if it has more difficulty maintaining the moisture. Just from anecdotal experience, I feel like the fino hair mask isn't good for low porosity hair. My younger sister does have low porosity hair, and she did mention that her hair feels too greasy after using the fino, so she prefers the tsubaki one, whereas I have high porosity hair and I prefer the fino one. The tsubaki one does smell better to me, but the fino one is more effective on my hair. If you have high porosity hair like me, I think trying the fino one is definitely worth it. These two masks aren't the only ones that are out there. There are a bunch of different masks that you can try. It's just finding what works best for your hair and sticking to that to see what makes a difference. If you're classified as low porosity or high porosity, doesn't mean that you can't try one of the masks that you've been wanting to try. It still might work for you. If you made it to the end, thank you so much for watching. I hope the education part and giving the background and overview on hair porosity helps you to select a hair mask that's good for you, whether it's the fino or tsubaki or something else. I really recommend you do your research before you try any type of hair mask. There are lots of great resources out there as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!